See what you need to see this week with a condensed workload?
Yeah, I mean, even today was a little chippy. I like it. You know, that's what it's going to take. You know, I told them that we got to go get it. This is going to be the most physical football game, of the year. Obviously, the rivalry, the ACC, our first Power 4 opponent. I think it's going to be that type of game, and we got to do it for 4 quarters. So it's good to see it show up here, but it's got to show up in the toughest moments Thursday night.
How much is your depth going to be stressed with the condensed?
Yeah, I mean, I think depth is stressed every week. You almost bring a new team into the stadium every week, depending on who's healthy, who's not. I just told them these next 48 hours, it's all about recovery. And we got to be peaking Thursday night and playing fast, and got to be able to maintain that throughout all 4 quarters. So that's big. These guys have adjusted to the schedule really nicely. But the afternoon practices were a great move, and we need to be flying around Thursday night.
Coach, looking at Demond today, how is he with, short week?
Good. Feels very natural. I mean, we still didn't hit him today, but he's playing fast. And even compared to last week, he's playing faster. So I think, he got a lot of confidence last week going out there and taking some hits on it. But I thought he looked very natural out there playing, and he hates that yellow jersey that I make him wear. I know that.
What can you share with us about the injury report at this point?
It's coming out tonight. That's what I can share with you. We'll kind of go from there. I'm interested to see it work for us. I think between the trainers, myself, and DV, our chief of staff, we submitted and updated every day going forward.
What's practice look like tomorrow?
Just all walkthrough. We've done a good job of doing walkthroughs in the morning, kind of because practices have been way shorter, taking those extra reps and just walking through them. So tomorrow morning will be a big time cleanup. And still that'll be like Thursday's practice, right? And then normal Friday afternoon walkthrough before we hit the hotel tomorrow night. And then all just mental preparation on game day, making sure these guys are relaxed, fired up, and ready to go.
What do you mean Demond hates the yellow? Like he wants contact?
No, I mean, nobody likes the yellow jersey. Like, if you're a real competitor, right, and you're like, hey, don't hit this guy, like, nobody likes that, and he's the ultimate competitor. So I just think that's part of what we're doing.
Did you ever try to come out here without on?
No, he hasn't yet, which I appreciate. I've had people do that in the past. He knows we track him down. So he knows.
That's good.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Go Digs.
Any questions when you guys are all set?
How much of a sprint has this felt like going from a 6-hour game on Saturday to turning around for a Thursday game?
Right, no, it definitely has. I think one thing that's been big for us, though, is since we flipped the schedule and started practicing in the afternoon, and we get into walkthroughs in the morning, so we're able to make up a lot of reps there. Not all physical banging and everything, but we got to get the same reps, get the same looks in, so it's been good.
Was UConn an afternoon practice or morning practice?
And we were always at morning practice, so afternoon practice is a little different for me. But with the class schedule and everything, it's been fine, so whatever works is all good with me.
Do you like it more? Do you feel like your body?
Yeah, I feel like for this week specifically, we were to get the rest, a little more rest on the body, a little bit more sleep in the morning, so can't complain with that. So, it worked out for me this week. Yeah.
How do you feel you guys are doing on the defensive line so far, getting pressure on the quarterback?
I think last week we made a big improvement. The big thing since I've been here is we always talk about rushing together, which I think that it's been a good thing for Coach Colligus. He's even telling us, DTs and the ends, even though we meet separately, we need to make sure we're rushing together. So one play, this person's covering you, we're communicating with games. I have hand signals with all the D tackles and everything. So it's been good. We've really been gelling well, and I feel like we continue to make good strides moving forward.
Just 2 camps and 2 games in, but how do you feel your game has evolved since you've arrived in Cincinnati?
I think it's definitely improved a lot. I think working with Coach TJ and Coach Colligus, we're working hands and different things. Even in walkthroughs, we're working something always. We're always working on some little detail to make us better, whether it be the run game or the pass game. So I think they'll be able to make me use my hands better, be a more physical rusher, and also perfect some of my speed moves I feel like I still needed to work on. So.
What about Wake Forest was different than what your brother told you it would be?
Different, I think, obviously he was here with the old staff, but the one thing I always talk about is just the energy. The energy that Coach Dickert brings and everything. It's been great to be around. I mean, team meetings, special teams meetings, everything is live action. We're getting after it, loud and everything. And definitely it always wakes you up in the morning, gets you ready to go. So that's my favorite thing about this place.
Coach said it was a little bit chippy today. Was you a part of that?
No, I actually wasn't a part of any of that today. Yeah. I was on the edge holding out for those ones today. But yeah, it did get a little chippy.
looking at C.J. Bailey, mobile quarterback, some challenges that he may present?
Definitely. I think he's definitely evolved this year from what we saw last year. So he's a great player. We're obviously, like every team, they want to try and keep him in the pocket. So we have some things we want to try and do that, but also we don't want to change, who we are. So we want to get after him, whether that be any games and stuff that we're running. So we have some new third down stuff, and that we're going to be using this week. So definitely going to be a good contest for us. But I think we're really ready to go.
With that condensed week, that new third down stuff,
right.
Is that going to be a challenge?
I really don't think so, really, because I was saying about those walkthroughs we've been able to get through in the morning. So we've been getting a lot of those reps and a lot of those things and just always drilling it, nonstop. So we've been able to make up a lot of time in those morning walkthroughs, so it's been good with the schedule.
It's your first rivalry game here against NC State,
right.
Man. Are you excited to experience this one?
No, definitely excited to experience it. I've played them twice, and I've lost both at UConn, so hopefully, I'm here to try and change that here. But being a part of a rivalry like this, I really haven't been a part of something this big, so it's definitely been I was at grocery shopping the other day and ran into a Wake Forest fan, and he was telling me how big it is. So I was like, obviously, I know how much people care, and I want to do my part and help the team out so we can get this done and make everyone happy.
Those new third down looks you talked about, were those things that were covered in the summer? This coach, Dickert, told us you guys spent a lot of time on NC State during the summer. Or are these things that were installed because of how effective Bailey's been early in the season?
Some of it's review stuff, like some stuff that we installed during camp and even spring ball that we brought back, specifically for this week. But some of it is some new stuff that we've, schemed up from watching him, through the first two games. Like I said, he's looked very impressive and everything. So there's some different ways we want to attack him. But obviously, a lot of the two is still review stuff and stuff that we do, already. So good mixture of stuff.
That's good.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Walk me through, I guess, the highs and lows of your performance last weekend.
Yeah, came out there and was able to spread the ball around, was able to bust a big run. Things I want to take back, just kind of got greedy on the interception. Something I hit a lot in practice, and it's just something I kind of just got to wait just a split second longer. And then kind of on the fumble, it was just kind of like we all went back on the tape and watched it. It was just one of those teach-type tackles. I mean, he got his helmet right on my wrist, and it just kind of dislodged the ball. I had it double tucked and everything. So, it's just one of those, but it's like I still got to find a way to just be better in those situations, I feel like, and just take care of the ball like I've been doing since I got here. Those two turnovers didn't like me. So, I'm going to come out this week and make sure that doesn't happen and take care of the ball, because we take care of the ball, we win games. So that's what it's really all about. So I feel like I had an okay performance. I feel like our team overall had a great performance, though. And, that gives us a lot of confidence going into this week. So, I'm excited about that and just excited to see those guys go out there.
What'd you see on the big run?
Yeah, just they kind of collapsed front side, so I was able to hit it backside and just was able to make one cut, get upfield, and just from there, they were kind of an aggressive team. So if you get to the second level, there's nobody else there, and I was able to bust to the second level, and nobody was there. So it was just a little smooth house call. And then, just getting to watch number one back there, that's a joy in itself right there. He's the best running back in the country, and I'll argue with anybody on that. So, it's exciting to have him back there, too.
Robby, I don't think anybody here is going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
What was it like to, go through the opener and you only have him out there for 4 snaps? What's it like to get him out there and actually see it all come to fruition? And that's what it was supposed to look like.
Yeah, it was definitely hard because, me and him have talked about for so long just what we're going to do together, the things we can do together. And, when it goes out there and it's our first game and we've been talking about it, we're pumped up for it, and it's like, dang, he gets hurt in the first 4 plays. It kind of takes the wind out of you. Damon's a guy, you see the C on his chest, he's a captain. And so he's somebody that everybody respects, and his word means something. And so, when one of your captains goes down so early and with such a new team, it's definitely hard because, that was our first game together, and DC got hurt within the first 2 minutes. That's one of our captains. So, when that happens, you're kind of looking around like, oh, snap, like, we got to do this. And, it was one of those games, I wouldn't even say we did a lot of bad things on offense. We had a lot of good things. It was just the self-inflicted wounds that killed us. And, that would have definitely changed the outcome of the score. And, we were able to grind it out without him, and it wasn't pretty by any stretch of the means, but we were able to get it done. So, we're able to go 1-0, and then you see what happens when he comes back. So, it's just a blessing to be able to have him back there. And I'm glad he's on my team, and I don't have to watch him run for 85 yards and have to go score after him. I know when he runs for 85, it's a touchdown for our team. So, I mean, I love him to death. That's one of my brothers for life. So, you know, I'm excited to see him go out there and just do his thing Thursday. You know, he's been telling me about this Big Four, and so, you know, it's new to me, so I'm excited. You know, I've been in some big rivalry games, so, you know, these are the fun ones. These are the ones you live for, and so I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm excited to go out there and just give everything I have for the black and gold.
Who do you think's faster, him or Chris?
Ooh, man. Maybe DC. Maybe DC. Maybe because he might just have a little longer strides. I might give him that, just a little longer strides. But I mean, you see both of them run. They're fast as the wind. So if they probably did race, it'd probably be about that much if somebody did win. So I mean, I love having both of them on my team because they make me feel slow, and I'm not slow.
Just on the rivalry part, how excited are you to be a part of this game? Obviously, you've experienced rivalries before, but this is your first Big Four Tobacco Road rivalry.
Yeah, so I'm excited. You know, it's one of those games where you know it means a little bit more. You know, it means a lot to this state, this fan base, this school. And, you know, for me, I'm new, but I'm a part of Wake Forest now. So it's my job to go out there and give everything I have for this school, for this program, and for everybody that's a part of Wake Forest, you know. So whether I'm here for a year or I've been here for 4 years, I mean, this game means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to this team. So I'm going to go out there like I do every game and give it everything I have. But I want everybody to know, like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be able to walk out there with a W. So I know our team's going to do whatever it takes. We feel confident about our plan. But, yeah, for me, it's just going to be go out there and just do what I know to do. Don't get outside of myself. You know, me and Coach Ezell have been talking. And just when I play my side of the ball, we're in a good spot. And so, you know, just go out there and do that, and everything will take care of itself. We've got a great game plan, so, you know, I'm excited to go out there and execute and just give it my all.
Robby, with this being that rivalry game and your conference opener, it's a little extra juice at the end of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Looking ahead to that, I mean, as the conference opener, how excited do you get for both of them?
Yeah, I mean, just when you get to play ball, it's exciting, but then when you know it has a little bit more to it, that makes it even more exciting. You know, first conference game, we're the first one of the year. I mean, kind of the main event on Thursday. You know, all my boys have been texting me like, bro, you know we locked in on Thursday. So, you know, it's exciting to go out there and, you know, you got so many people supporting you. You know, you got people that aren't supporting you, you know. I mean, but that's the fun part of it. You know, that's what makes sports fun. And, you know, just going out there, you want to start conference 1-0 because that gives you a great sense of confidence. And, you know, for us, it'll be good going into our bye week. Just come out there and be able to come 1-0 and be able to go 3-0. So, I mean, for us, it's really exciting, and we know what we have to do. We know if we do what we need to do, and don't make the little self-inflicted wounds, just the little mental mistakes, MAs, we'll be in a good spot. So if we go out there and play Wake Forest football, I feel like the tables will be in our favor, and, you know, I'm excited to go out there because I got a lot of respect for NC State after watching them on film. You know, they're a hard-nosed team, physical, got great players, great coaches. So, you know, I got a lot of respect for them, and it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a 60-minute fight. And, you know, if it's got to go past 60 minutes, we're ready. So however long it takes, we're going to do whatever it takes to come out there with a W and start conference playoff 1-0. So this team and me and myself, we're excited, and we're ready to go do whatever it takes.
How do you think you guys have handled the condensed week, especially coming off a 6-hour marathon on Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday definitely wasn't ideal, but I feel like we've handled it well. You know, it's been a little longer. Days have been a little longer, but guys have come in, handled it good with class and stuff. So, you know, we've been able to come in. And honestly, we've had 2 great practices. You know, we kind of had to shorten them down a little bit just because the times and everything. But honestly, I feel like they've been great days. And, you know, guys have just bought into the process. You know, we know it's a short week, and you got to grind a little bit more. You got to put in a little bit more film study on certain days that you would normally space it out. And, you know, but that's the fun part of it because, you know, I mean, it's just another opportunity to go play ball. It's like, hey, we could be in a spot we could never be playing again. So, you know, I'd rather play off 5 days rest than never play again. So, yeah, I mean, this team is excited, you know, and I feel like the rivalry is kind of pump guys up too. I mean, you know, it's our first conference game. A lot of these guys have been here, played in it. I heard about the game last year. That was a great game. So, you know, I watched it some, and, you know, I see what it's about. So I understand why it means a lot to people here. So I'm excited, and just like I keep saying, man, I'm just ready to go out there and just give it all I got for the black and gold, for Wake Forest, and just for my teammates, for my brothers, because they know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. And for me to come off the field, I gotta be dead. And they know I tell them that all the time. Like, gotta be dead or just physically not able to do anything, because that's how much I love the game. So I'm gonna go out there and give it all, give everything I got, and I know my brothers are gonna give me everything they got.